Good evening, love and light, illuminators and way showers. And thank you for being here with me, Wendy, once again, as we share and explore and open our hearts to the infinite and timeless languages of lights. And I thank you for being here with me once again for this oracle message as I've been trying to deliver since I got up this morning. So I do hope that I am able to regroup my thoughts that I began with today in this idea of love and encouragement. And this idea of love and encouragement is something that we often neglect to give merit to, as far as one of the ideas of that we cannot live without as humans, and really I think as beings in general. And part of Bashar's 7-day, 7-week challenge is to take these 7 days of the week and explore these self-love and with the idea of knowing thyself, these self-love practices every day, and to practice them for 7 days a week, for 7 weeks, for 49 days, to help us all in this endeavor to allow us to transform our belief systems about ourselves, to allow our own awareness of our own divine nature and our own awareness of our own connection to all that is. And so today I woke, well, one of the times I woke this morning was 555. And I was feeling this very gentle, soft energy today, almost delicate, fragile, if you will, very sensitive. It's been a very emotional day for me, so I was feeling this emotion, this energy and motion, and understanding that how we feel about ourselves, the things that we say about ourselves, the things that we say out loud, the daily practices that we have every day, they guide us, they reflect, I should say, to us our own level of self-love. And sometimes self-love is also about being conscious of when we're not feeling loved, nurtured, supported, cared for. When we are seeing that reflection in our reality, we have to ask ourselves, where in my own life am I not being loving and supporting and encouraging to myself? Where am I reflecting that in the outside world? What am I reflecting to my children about how I respond? Because how I respond to the world, how I respond to them, how I respond to the people in my life, how we respond to the outside world has everything to do with how we feel about ourselves, our own level, our gauge, our compass of our own self-love. And so we need to be, when we have these moments, these days where we're feeling ultra sensitive, where we're feeling maybe not as loved and supported, where are we not loving and supporting ourselves? And I was also reminded about this idea of the children today, and how the suicide rate is so high, and how depressed children are, and how they're looking for this love and encouragement out there on the internet, and when they're not receiving it, they feel less than. They feel as if they're not enough. And So we must ask ourselves as guides, as adults, where are we reflecting this in our own selves? How are we being examples of how we treat ourselves? Are we taking the time for ourselves? Are we eating nutritious foods? Are we filling ourselves with sugar and caffeine? And are we running? Are we not being patient? Are we not teaching our children by example the correlation between having a mindful, meditative time of day that's set aside for yourself, to choose good foods, because when we don't choose good foods, it changes us metabolizing, and it changes the way we respond to the world when we are not receiving the fulfillment of the vitamins and minerals that we need. We tend to lash out at others then when we are not being fulfilled in one way, shape, or form, whether we're not getting the proper amount of breathing and air that we need to breathe every day. That time that we forget and we're shallow breathing all the time. We're living in an anxiety state because we're not breathing properly. Where are we not getting enough water? What example are we setting? Where are we not eating nutritious foods? Where are we not taking the time to nurture our bodies, to show our bodies love and encouragement by these ways of supporting ourselves? And now let's talk about self-talk. How are we talking to ourselves? How are our children hearing us respond to ourselves when something doesn't go the way we want it to? Like today, my day has been, from the moment I woke up this morning, I was feeling this ultra sensitivity and this emotional awareness, and yet I was getting interrupted all day every time I tried to sit down and relax and take a breath and gather my thoughts and write notes and do this video. And I found myself getting anxious as the day wore on because it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening in my time. And I didn't want to forget the things that I wanted to say. So I was given these ideas throughout the day then, and to realize that everything, of course, is in perfect timing. And back to the children. I've had this idea, feeling all day about how we respond to ourselves and how that reflects to our children, and when they are we showing them how important it is to take the time for self-nurturing and self-love and self-care, and are, because then we're teaching them that it's not important. And then when we are grouchy, we lash out at those around us because we're not following our own self-love practices. We're setting an example of and then when we don't follow it, we get angry at ourselves, then we lash out at ourselves, and we lash out at the world because we're not happy with ourselves. And then we yell at our kids, and we're angry, we're anxious, and then we're tired because we're spending so much energy on this cycle of behavior. So what cycles and patterns are we showing our children? What example are we setting for them about the patterns and behaviors about us not taking care of ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally? Where are we filling the holes by using, outside substances to fill these holes? It doesn't matter what it is. Where are we using those substances to fill these holes, and then we become angry at ourselves for not doing the things we want to do, and then we lash out at the world, and then we see the result of that frequency in our everyday creation. So we must ask ourselves, where are we? How can we more grant ourselves self-love and appreciation and encouragement? So in the Sasani Shikani self-love, knowing thyself challenge, of this 49-day challenge, of looking in the mirror and saying these things to ourselves in our eyes every day. Thursday, it was so appropriate. I was feeling this pink energy all day long. So this is, the lighting's really bad in here today, but this is pink. So all day long I've been feeling this pink energy, this high crystalline pink energy. I kept seeing a rose quartz in my mind. And I was even digging for it a few minutes ago, and I didn't want to take any more time to find it because I really wanted to finish this. And so I was feeling this pink energy, this high crystalline pink love, high heart energy, and this pink and green energy, that green heart chakra energy. And so today is about love and encouragement. So the Shikani for Thursday is the day that they're asking us to be aware of love and encouragement. And what's suggested for Thursday is to hug ourselves in the mirror and to cross your arms around you in a hug, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I am supported. Change arms. I am guided. And switch arms. I am loved. So I just wanted to feel today, I just wanted to feel loved and comforted. And pink makes me feel soft and comforted and warm. And this pink and green energy of knowing that everything I say and I do is a response, is a reflection, is a reflection of the frequency. It's a mirror of how I feel about myself. Everything, every way another treats another person has nothing to do with the other person and has everything to do with how that person, their filters, your filters, me, my filters, it has everything to do with our filters, what we're bringing to the table. How are we filtering what we're looking at? And how are we processing what we're looking at through that filter of self-love or lack thereof? And so I see these children more than ever being bullied, cyberbullied. And these children, the suicide rate is at an alarming rate because we're teaching our children, how are we even being examples for our own children about how we interact on the internet? How much time are we buried in the internet looking for likes, shares? How much time are we spending out there as an example, showing our children that we're looking still outside for love and support and fulfillment and encouragement and love? Are we speaking kindly to ourselves? Or are our children hearing ourselves hearing, I'm a stupid idiot. Oh my God, I did that again. Why did I do that? I catch myself even today finding myself getting irritated and angry about the things that I thought I was supposed to be doing that I didn't get done, only to realize that, wait a minute. If I know that I am guided and supported every moment, and that by synchronicity I will do exactly what's necessary, and that what doesn't get done doesn't need to get done. I don't need to beat myself up about any of that because every moment is now. Every now is new. Reminding ourselves to send love and encouragement and stop beating ourselves up for our perceived past. So the encouragement, this cup of inspiration today is about making peace with your perceived past. Sending self-love to your perceived past. Because remember, our past is now. Everything is now. Everything is billions of slides we've put together for ourselves like a movie. A movie is not shot linearly from beginning to end. It's shot in segments and pieces and the beginning and the end, and everything's done in different places and shots. And yet it's put together in a sequence of events to make us, to tell a story, to show us a story that's going to emit a reaction, a response. And that response, that reaction, is going to be based upon your filters, your beliefs, your perceived past. So when we're feeling upset or angry with ourselves about something we didn't do, or if it's in worrying about the future that hasn't happened yet, we must remember to make peace with our perceived past, our perceived future, because everything is now, and our frequency is about now and changing now. So we are asked to repeat, I am supported, I am guided, I am loved. And so many times throughout the day, I will find myself stopping and remembering when I'm feeling anxious or upset or sad or unloved or mad at myself, or just angry in general. It's because somehow I'm not feeling loved. And I noticed too that the word encourage, when we're encouraging ourselves and others, we are building courage within them, within ourselves. We are enveloping them and ourselves in courage. So we are building each other's courage, our inner sun, our inner light, our heart, chakra energy, this green, beautiful heart chakra, crystalline pink energy, this rose, beautiful heart energy. So I ask our guides to be with us now in this way and offer us a word of encouragement, of support, of guidance, of love, to show us where we're doing it, where can we be more loving and encouraging to ourselves and better examples to ourselves, to our children, to those around us, our employees, our employers, the people that we go to school with, that we work with, that we interact with every single day. How are we every moment reflecting our meter of self-love and encouragement? And where are we when we get angry? It's because we're feeling not supported. So let us take a moment right now to send love to those perceived past moments where we felt we did something wrong, that we blamed ourselves, that we weren't feeling loved and supported. And send them love now. Letting them know that they are loved and guided and supported, that you in this moment, in this now, are guiding them and supporting them. Like the movies, like the scenes in the movie being put together. You put your past and your future together, your life, what's your so-called life, your story. You put it together in your mind and your consciousness as a slideshow, but they are nothing more than a real experience, just like a movie, and evokes a real emotion, energy and motion, a real experience within you. That is its intention, to tell a story. Where can you send love? We send love to those pieces of that story that we may feel in reflection back, that love and guidance. And also to remind ourselves that we are constantly being loved and guided by Source, by our angels, our ET guides, our higher selves, our higher aspects. Oh. Sotoshimiya Liatokuya. Which one? They're stuck together. Opening to love. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, what can I say? It just can't get any more synchronistic than that. My heart is open. Miyasotoshima Liantase. My heart is open. Look at that beautiful, beautiful pink heart floating on this ocean of love. This ship sailing. And I'm hearing in my heart and my mind Shivai from our Shikani Sasani friends. I am on my spiritual journey. I am opening myself to my highest excitement, and nothing is going to stand in my way. Shivai. I am open to love. Yauluasapariana Shake. Sodasomorianto. Where can we make peace with our perceived past? Mealua Nashar Koreasa. Diasa. Because remember, remember, the moment that just passed is your perceived past. Show it, love. Where can you make peace with that past moment that just now passed? Niato Seberiana. Ola Kia. I love you. Mianoshaya. We are opening to love. The highest love. Yakoshia. Aniokulea Satashiwa Eliaka. I love you. Mahala.